and welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted in a long time. January was just a blah month for me. I didn't have any motivation or energy to film and then edit, so I think that was just a bit of a blip so far, but I'm hoping this month and onwards I will be able to film more, edit more, post more. I'm just going to change my schedule to kind of post when I have the energy and ideas to film instead of sticking to a schedule, because I think that's what kind of burnt me out in January. I had a strict schedule and that I just didn't have motivation to post because of that. So I'm going to just post when I want to, film when I want to, so there's no stress, no strict schedule to follow, and hopefully that will help me. But let's get on to what this video is. I am going to be going through my February TBR, and as always I have my pick, 2 physicals, 2 Kindles, the gumball machine and the prompt wheel. So let's get right on to the book that I picked. So I picked This Book Kills by Ravina Guron, I think. This just looks gorgeous. So anyway, let's read the synopsis. I'll make it clear from the start, I did not kill Hugh Henry Van Boren. I didn't even help. Well, not intentionally. When Hugh Henry Van Boren, one of the most popular and richest kids in Jess Chowdhury School, is found dead, the student body is left wondering who the murderer could be. Jess, a student under strict instructions to keep her record clean or risk losing a scholarship, finds herself at the centre of investigation when it's revealed that Hugh died in the exact same way as a character in a short story she wrote. And then Jess receives an anonymous text thanking her for the inspiration. With time running out, Jess knows if she doesn't solve this mystery, she'll finally have something in common with Hugh. She'll be dead too. That sounds so good. I'm very, very excited for this. This is also in my 25 books I want to read this year. Like what I want, you know, that's part of that video I did. So I'm trying to crack down on reading my physical TBR before I buy books. So this is part of that one. And yeah, I'm very excited to read this because this sounds really, really good. So hopefully I like it. Okay, now let's see what the first physical book from the wheel is going to be. If Tomorrow Doesn't Come, okay, I'll go find it. Okay, here's the book, If Tomorrow Doesn't Come by Jen St. Jude. Really pretty cover. Okay, so. On the morning Avery Bryn plans to end her life, the world discovers there are only 9 days left to live. An asteroid is headed for Earth and no one can stop it. As time runs out and secrets slowly come to light, Avery fights her way home to save the girl she's been in love with her whole life. But can Avery also learn to save herself and find hope again in the tomorrow she has left? So excited for this. I cannot wait. I've had this on my shelf for a very, very long time, so hopefully I actually read it this time. Stunning cover. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. The next wheel spin. The Way I Used to Be, that's actually right behind me, so I'll go grab that. The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I also have book 2, but I'll only be reading the synopsis for book 1. All Eden wants is to rewind the clock, to live that day again. She will do everything differently, not laugh at his jokes or ignore the way he was looking at her that night, and she will definitely lock her bedroom door. But Eden can't turn back time, so she buries the truth along with the girl she used to be. She pretends she doesn't need friends, doesn't need love, doesn't need justice, but as her world unravels, one thing becomes clear. The only person who can save Eden is Eden. It sounds like it's going to be quite a sad book, so I need to be prepared for that, but it does sound really good, and both these covers are gorgeous, by the way. So cannot wait to read this, and I will read this. I need to, as I said, crack down on my physical TBR. I need to actually read things on my shelves, so I am going to read it. I'm going to force myself to stick to my TBR, my monthly TBR again, because I did do that once last year and I'm going to do it again this year, hopefully multiple times. But anyway, tangent, this is so gorgeous and I cannot wait to read it. Okay, now let's find out the first Kindle book. To Marry a Fae, I'll get the synopsis up. Okay, To Marry a Fae by Miranda Bridges. Okay. Here's the Fae Prince and the prize for the bride games. Too bad I'm not interested. Does that stop him from coming into my life and forcing me to compete? No. Does that stop me from keeping up with my personal agenda? Also no. The competition is fierce and the contestants are even worse. As we enter each round of elimination, I wait for my dismissal. Returning home is my end goal, not swooning over some fae. Even if he's charming and he makes me feel alive, which I won't be for much longer if I stay in the games. The closer I get to the prince, the more my life is in danger. Or is it my heart that's truly in jeopardy? I can't wait to read this. This sounds so good. And it even says here, this is a steamy fantasy romance standalone with a medium burn. Okay, so it seems like maybe it's not too slow, not too fast, kind of in the middle kind of burn romance, which I love. Very excited to read this. I'm pretty sure this was bought for me last year for my birthday, I think. So I'm very excited to finally read it. Okay, the last Kindle book that I am going to be putting on my TBR. Haunted Love. Okay, let's get the synopsis up. Haunted Love by Sheridan Ann. This is quite a long synopsis, so I might stumble a lot, so bear with me. Losing your virginity is a big deal, but voluntarily offering it up on a silver platter at an exclusive sex club, that's just messed up. It was dark, and in my defence, he was tall, muscled, and smelled like the most tempting sin. I couldn't resist, and the second he touched me, I knew I was never going to be the same. It was a night filled with the kind of intensity a woman could only ever dream of. Nothing could have tainted such perfectness, at least that's what I thought. Because the delicious man I let rail me into oblivion isn't the perfect stranger I thought he was. No, he's anything but. The man who growled desperate filthy words in my ear and made my skin shiver with desire is a man I've known and craved all my life. My brother's best friend. Isaac Banks has been off limits since the beginning of time, going out of his way to make sure I know that he's unattainable. But despite my brother's objections, I love him. I always have, and now that I've had a taste of the sweetest forbidden fruit, there's no turning back. I need more, and there's only one way to get it. I'm going to offer him an ultimatum he simply can't refuse. That sounds so good, so I'm very excited for this one as well. Dark Brothers Best Friend Standalone Romance. So can't wait for that. Sounds really good, and I can't wait. Honestly, the amount of books I have on my TBR that sound incredible that I've just not gotten to is bad, but I cannot wait. And the last wheel spin is my prompt wheel. My mum picks. Okay, I'll go grab her and see what she picks. Okay, she's picked one and she's now going to put it into my hand. Thank you. I will reveal it. Ooh. The last secret you'll ever keep. That sounds good. Okay. This is like, I think it's a standalone series. I think. So, I need to get book one, but I'll go grab it. Okay, I think it's an interconnected series. So, my mum picked this one. But this is technically the first book in the standalone interconnected series thing, so I'll read the synopsis for this one. I think they're different characters. I think I'll need to have a quick look. Let me have a look. No, I don't know. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll read this synopsis because I'm pretty sure this is the first book. But this is what my mum picked, so I will be reading this, but I do need to read this one first. But anyway, let's read the synopsis. Okay, oh no, it's in the inside. 7 months, that's how long I was held captive. Locked in a room with a bed, refrigerator and an adjoining bathroom, I was instructed to eat, bathe and behave. I received meals, clothes and toiletries through a cat door, never knowing if it was day or night. The last time I saw the face of my abductor was when he dragged me fighting from the trunk of his car. My only solace was Mason, one of the other kidnapped teens, and our pact to one day escape together. But when that day finally came, I had to leave him behind. My parents and friends want everything to be like it was before I left. But they don't understand that dining out and shopping trips can't heal what's broken inside me. Therapists are clueless and condescending. I start my own form of therapy, but writing about my experience awakens uncomfortable memories. When I asked the detectives assigned to my case about Mason, I am told there was no traces of any other kidnapped kids, but I remember holding hands through a hole in my wall and sharing a chocolate bar. I don't believe Mason wasn't really there, and I'm determined to find him. How far will I have to go to uncover the truth of what happened, and will it break me forever? That sounds so good. And maybe this one is another kidnapped kid story. I'm not sure. I don't really want to read it in case it spoils it. But either way, I cannot wait. Quite a lot of physical books, which I'm happy with. Let me just get the stack. This is the physical book stack, and I've obviously got To Marry, Faye and Haunted Love as well on Kindle, but very excited to read these. I'm happy that I've got loads of physical books to read, because obviously it helps because these two are part of the series of the first books, so thankfully that has bumped up my physical TBR a bit. And that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and if you haven't already, hit the bell notification to get notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next video.